here we are. Maik Wiedenbach coming to you with another hot topic that is often being debated, and that is cardio. Okay, so cardio has always been seen as must do for fat loss, and the question is like, do you need cardio? How much cardio do you need? And when should you do it, and so on and so forth, right? So let me just adjust the camera a slight bit. Yeah. So cardio, okay? Do you need to do cardio? That's the very first question. And the answer is it depends, right? So obviously, if you want to run the marathon, then that's probably a good idea to do some cardio, right? But most of you have no interest. So then the issue is, do you need it for heart health? And studies show that weight training done at a reasonable pace, meaning not doing a set, yo, gotta Instagram it, gotta chat my bros, gotta get the best angle for the selfie. But if you move at a reasonable fast pace, weight training is just as good for the heart as cardio is, right? So for that, you could add it, but you don't really need it. So then, of course, the big one is fat loss, okay? Do you need cardio for fat loss? And the answer is, it's not the greatest tool for fat loss, okay? So what is cardio really? It's just a means to expend more calories, right? So here's the thing, you can't do unlimited weight training, as much fun as that would be. So with weight training, you run into at some point just like where you can't do anymore because it gets tough on the joints and everything. Whereas cardio is not that stressful on the nervous system, right? You can't really kill yourself on a treadmill as opposed to under a squat, even though people have done that. So let's say you want to add cardio to your program to expend some more calories, right? The issue with cardio is the human body adapts very, very fast to it, right? Which is why you have tons of chubby people running the marathon. So if you don't adjust your calories, it's null and void, right? It's not gonna work. So there's two schools of thought. There is the low intensity cardio, which is just like the walking, and then there's high intensity, which is the sprint, right? So which one is it? Well, there's a couple of things. They both get you to roam, okay? High intensity is a bit more effective in terms of fat loss. Does this sound good, guys? I know it's a bit windy out here. Just give me a thumbs up or down. So high intensity, you have more of an afterburn effect, meaning low intensity, you step off the treadmill, it's done, right? High intensity, you still burn some more calories as you come off. The downside is it's a bit more stressful on your joints, on your nervous system. So let's say you're training legs once or twice a week, you're doing sprints once or twice a week, then you got 4 times your legs really working, and that can be a problem, okay? So that's where you have to draw the line for what is too much, okay? What kind of cardio should you do? So roughly speaking, there's walking, obviously, there's the bike, and then there is the rower, and then there's swimming. Swimming is probably the best cardio for you because it's easy on the joints and it's full body. The problem is most people really suck at it, okay? They spend more time staying afloat than actually swimming. It's also the access is harder. So the short answer is the best cardio is the one you do. So the lowest entry barrier is, of course, running and walking, right? Then comes the bicycle, depending on where you live, and then would be the rower. So outdoor cardio beats indoor cardio any given day because of wind resistance. And it also, personally speaking, I can bike 30-40 miles a day outside, no problem. But if you put me on a stationary bike, after 5 minutes I want to kill myself. You know, so there's just something about psychological with that. So the best cardio is the one you do. It doesn't do miracles. What about boot camps? So boot camps, that's a tricky thing. Like, they're hugely popular, right? But people confuse activity with productivity. So like, only because you're doing a lot of things in a boot camp and you're flailing and this, that, doesn't really mean you're creating any type of tension or doing anything with that, okay? So most boot camps are outright dangerous. It's simply like somebody who is like, I hate all this like fake military gear and like they're screaming at people. That's total nonsense. And then you see things like 3-minute deadlifts. Like, are you nuts? Like, are you insane? The hamstrings are 6 to 8 rep muscle, not a 3-minute muscle. Okay, you're asking for injury. Or the lunge and curl, or like the lunge and clean and press. Like, you can't curl as much as you can lunge in a dumbbell, right? So obviously you're either underworking your quads or you're overworking your biceps. And also in a boot camp, there's no supervision, right? You can't have 30 people with free weights and adjust them for form. So the injury risk for a tiny bit of calories burned is through the roof. And once you're injured, you can't work out at all, and then you also can't burn any calories. So I get the class idea, people like to go with their buddies, but there are safer things than doing 3-minute deadlifts, okay? So that's about boot camps. So cardio as such is a tool that's helpful, especially for smaller athletes, because they simply can't cut their calories so low to be in deficit. They need something else to expand that deficit, right? Like somebody my size who has like a base of 4,000 calories can easily diet on 3,000 calories, thereby creating a 7,000 calorie deficit for the week and lose plenty of it without ever doing any cardio, right? It doesn't mean you should do that, but it's doable. So it's not the one and all fat loss tool that's being promoted. It's also, people also think that like they're doing a boot camp, let's say, and they burned 1,000 calories. Like, no, you didn't. Not by long shot, okay? And they go out and eat 800, but they maybe burned 400. Your body adapts really, really well. And it's the so-called death spiral of cardio, because you are starting, like you're running a mile, I'm making this up, and the first time you burn 600 calories. Then your body gets better, right? And you burn 400 and then 200. So now you got to run 3 miles to burn the 600 calories. You get the idea. So while there's nothing wrong with doing cardio, using cardio to make up for like 6 donuts is not going to get you anywhere, okay? So it's an okay tool to have. It's also okay to do it in a group setting. I just don't recommend taking classes like CrossFit or boot camp where people throwing weights around, because once you're injured, there goes all your progress, okay? So, best cardio is swimming. Sadly, most of us, excluding me, because I'm actually very good at that, are not very good at swimming. It's also harder to access, depending on where you live. The best cardio is the one you do, and nothing will ever make up for sheer diet. And then make sure you get your you can only get Tips t-shirt from the store. Any suggestions, comments for new videos, let me know, put it in the comments. I'll be happy to take note and chat about what you guys want to know, okay? You have a great weekend, be safe out there.